Hello everyone, I'm Extra Cheesy 87 and this is Let's Play Trails Beyond the Horizon part. I think it's 72, pretty sure. In the previous video, what did we do, guys? Catcher, status report. Really, we did nothing? I guess that's pretty much a standard video. I gave Apollo one of Aunt Lucia's dog cakes earlier. He devoured it in practically no time at all. Guess it wasn't really tasty. Homeless guy in the back alley of Aunt Lucia be like, what the fuck? Why the dog getting luxury treats and I'm here eating fucking moss? At least it's Sumerian moss. Glad you liked it so much. Woof. Maybe I should pick up another sometime. If I recall correctly, that girl over there was the former partner with you, Sayla. I wonder what's got her looking so troubled. Perhaps there's something I could do to lend her a hand. Yeah, you're in there, girly. I think I need to restart my computer. I kind of meant to do that in between videos, but we're getting like definitely frame droppy. It's so weird, but here's potential too. With You's new music video's been racking up the views lately, huh? Yeah, for some reason you're still going out of your way to set up a concert for them. Well, of course I am. See, unlike Vega, With You's got a sort of indie-type flair to them. Makes it a lot more relatable to their fans. And at the end of the day, there's something we can push as their selling point. That's how we're gonna spin this. The polish to sterility, new debuts versus the down-to-earth performance pioneers. There have been some disagreements on what course Natalie should be taking in her career. I can't say I never expected her compromise would involve her helping With You, though. But given how much she cares for those girls, maybe I should have seen it coming. Either way, it's a bridge you've already crossed. I know it'd be an issue if the higher-ups were to find out, but I suppose I don't mind helping her out here and there, within reason, of course. You view-botted that shit, didn't you? Go on, admit it. Everyone does it. Maybe. The promo video was released and has been racking up views like no tomorrow. Apparently some influencers decided to show it to their followers. Talk about a stroke of luck. Oh no, all your followers are evil now. But luck's not something we can rely on. If we want to see success, we gotta get up there on our own. Which is why we're holding a pop-up concert tonight, no matter what comes our way.
That was delish.
I can't wait for the Catra Mystery Gal Streamer War. Oh man. You thought the Reen versus Shizuna was the real hype battle? No shot. Princess Catra versus Mystery Gal?
What do we have here?
I don't think there's any valuable info here. They hate me? They hate me? You see, it's like hitching like crazy, just very randomly, but...
Daily prayer is an important thing.
Usually a restart fixes it, but... I heard Armis students are on a break at the moment, but extracurriculars seem to be keeping more than a few of them rather busy lately. Some students are even participating in voluntary activities for the church. Dedication to bettering themselves is remarkable indeed. Indeed. Just affiliates tends to fall victim to the distraction quite often. Unfortunately, those distractions often come in the form of rumors and gossip. I suppose on the brighter side, she's often the first to be aware of issues that crop up in the community, so I can say with confidence that she is one of the cathedral's most indispensable members. Bishop Orwell seems to be carrying a lot on his shoulders lately, though he rarely shows it. His chance to teach Sunday school does seem to have helped him decompress a little, however.
Watch over us all.
Helios,
Hello?
protect us.
Who is Edward? Someone with a position in the Department of Internal Affairs. I imagine this to be privy to information unavailable to the general public. Bro, this dude's head is empty. He's vibing. He's definitely got visions of AD cult in his head. He's about to go start wandering off towards the sewers. As a journalist, I feel it's my duty to promote knowledge of one of the... Oh shit, it gets all blue, man. It gets all fucking blue. As a journalist, it's my duty to promote knowledge of one of our nation's greatest ventures to the masses. Do you see my meaning? Unfortunately, there's nothing I can share with you. What about now that I'm glowing in the goddess's light? I really get the project has so many moving bits and pieces, not even the DIA has a grasp on all the details. That's unfortunate indeed, but it's true that you and your colleagues handle the staff into the more practical roles in the project, yes? Including that of departments often left out of the spotlight. Any comments about... Normally I'd head back to the office to compile this report, but I kind of feel like that'd be a waste of time. I'll just do it with the laptop and call it a day. You need to start getting ready for tonight, after all. Oh, you're dude with girl, I think. Teacher lady. The section chief of the Department of Internal Affairs. He was supposedly a classmate of the presidential aide Kincaid's. More tight-lipped than I imagined he'd be. Still, whatever he's willing to spill is something I could use for an article. Every word he speaks is my favor. Anything to keep the coverage going.
The cathedral never failed.
Is the bishop here? Because he's not in Old Town anymore, is he? Wasn't that last section where he was? Yeah.
Now where?
Where he was teaching? Might be interested to know that I taught a lesson for London School this morning. It was actually the first I've taught in a while. Taught them old outdated shit from when I was a kid. I must say, having the chance to engage with the children of Edith was a truly invaluable experience. Such bright futures ahead of them. Oh wait, never mind, I just remembered. If time allows, perhaps I'll make a habit to visit them more often. That was actually pretty quick. We do have the Pastier. Is that our only important talk? No, we have one in Chardin, so we can go ahead and knock that one out. As long as you leave at least one for the end. Prince Chardin and Princess Zeta seem to be busy as ever lately. I wish they had the chance to actually enjoy their time at the embassy for once. They're busy plotting and planning their machinations, their schemes.
Welcome to Andalusia Patisserie.
I know Hans recently decided to branch out a bit, but you never be able to tell from the quality of his usual fare. I mean, today's jewel muskrat tart, simply perfection. His skill is incredible, and I think he holds a desire for innovation as well. Elaine, your aura is positively undeniable. Oh wait, it's gone. How about a shot search? Recently I decided to dive headfirst into creating cakes for dogs. Yeah, that's right, dog cake. Cake dog. Feedback I received has been phenomenal. Having the chance to enjoy a sweet treat with our foil-got family members has Edith thrilled. I've even had a few requests to make cakes for cats as well. I don't know, man.
Well then.
Something about buying a super expensive artisanal cake for your cat or dog, it don't sit right with me.
What would you like?
I do like how nowadays you just kind of get jump scared by Ouroboros members just chilling. There are a number of things animals can't eat, even some seasonings are off limits to them. That's why it can be so difficult to make even the most basic of pet foods, let alone pet treats. But their joy is worth the challenge, and cooking up creative workarounds can be fun in their own way. What up? Mom? Oh, it's Miss Chloe and Lucretia. The hell kind of lineup is this? You're even showing your face this time around.
My, if it isn't the Spriggan and his helpers. Hello there. I didn't expect to run into you again so soon.
Ah, yes, Judith. This is going to be your new mom. We're leaving together. Never to be seen again. We're going on a honeymoon until the world ends.
In regard to my face, it's not as though it's meant to be kept secret. You all saw how I looked when I wore a kimono before, no?
Yeah, but we maybe didn't know who you were. I can't remember. Yeah, I guess that's true.
I've heard all about how things have been going, and from the sound of it, you've all been through a lot. It seems someone gave you a bit of a hard time recently.
Ah, man, it wasn't that bad. Really, it was fucking Jordan that was the pain in my ass. If you know that much, I'm not quite sure how to respond. Regardless, it's nice to meet you. My name is Elaine Auclair. How polite of you. I'm Chloe, Judith's mother. I'm sure you already know my background, so it shouldn't be too much of a surprise. But Lucretia and I have been acquainted since back when I was still, working full-time. Indeed, we first met before I'd even joined the society. It's been, my word, 16 years since we last forgot, while I was a member of the Order of the Moonlight Horse. Hell, it might actually be your mom. Yeah, you were always quite the troublemaker back then, weren't you? Though it seems you've mellowed out quite a bit since then. Well, I owe that rather due to you and your relentless scolding now, don't I? There, she's actually in there. I see. I had no idea. Come to think of it, weren't you working full-time up until 10 or so years ago, Miss Lancer? You two are kind of like Jaegers then. Sometimes you'd fight, but other times you'd work together. Oh, we'd be doing quite the working together, dear. That about sums it up, yeah? He was never completely awful, but Mr. Oathbreaker, on the other hand. Yes, we're very familiar with him by now. Well, as much as it may seem like a package deal, I'm not always working with him, you know. Back when we were both in the Order, he was fairly hands-off when it came to my activities. Even now, I'm not quite sure what he's up to. So that's how it is. Our friend with the hat did mention he was on some kind of trip. The fool, that professor, starting to seem like everyone in your group is off doing their own thing. Oh, I can't deny that. Even Walter's acting on his own right now. However, you needn't worry. Thanks to that agreement between the Grandmaster and President Gramhart, and given how much dear Elroy has been scolded, I'm especially doubt he'll stir up trouble anytime soon. Much as I'd like that to be true, I'm not sure I'm not about to count on it. By the way, can you maybe give us more details about your pact with my father? Nice try, but sorry, that's not something I can let slip so easily. In any event, I plan to leave Edith soon and head off to a certain place. Give it the vagueness. Well, at the very least, enjoy the cake here. It's so good it'll show the humanity of your dark and twisted soul. I was supposed to be the one to store your dark soul with light! Sorry, I don't get to do that often. More often than I probably should, but... If I had my way, I'd sit Harwood and the Fool down, and your professor and Slover slice down each of their throats. Something tells you it wouldn't have quite the same effect on them that it does you, Van. Well, I'll be recommending it to Yorda and a few others, but it seems you're quite a fan of sweets yourself. My daughter's told me all kinds of stories about your sweet tooth. I have to think, and I'd love for a connoisseur such as yourself to try this one dessert in my recipe book someday. Oh, okay. You got some cake for us to eat? You got a dessert? Dan hears about a new sweet and his neurons light up like a bonfire. You mean that? Wait, hold on a sec. We're getting off topic. I'm a little curious, honestly. At the very least, it seems like we don't need to be overly suspicious about Mr. Isley for the moment. We best leave it to Miss Lannister to keep an eye on her while we focus on our other tasks. These desserts are truly divine, by the way. Thank you for your recommendation, Argyle. I've stopped by a few to bring back to our young recruits. Man, she's a far cry from Gran or Essie, but I'm glad to hear she looks out for the younger members. Yeah, I guess she does, huh? Like that time she helped Rin. And she helped out with Swin, too. Knowing just who those young recruits are, to be able to treat them as juveniles without backlash, she must be formidable indeed. As long as she doesn't turn on us, I doubt we need to be too worried. We beat her ass. These desserts are truly divine, by the way. Thank you for the recommendation, Arkwright. I also buy a few to bring back to our young recruits. Well, granted, we don't beat their ass. Reen beats their ass, but... And the Grindle. Reen and the Grindle. By the way, I'll be taking the evening train back to Anchorville tonight. Your grandmother will be staying in the capital, however, so if anything happens, be sure to call her, alright? I'd rather keep you than her, no offense. Got it. Stay safe on your way home, Mom. Will do. What about that dessert you were talking about earlier? And I think it was a euphemism. Good grief.
Alrighty.
By the way, I'll be taking that evening train. No, but seriously, that dessert. You have your own personal cake? Okay. Leve check, Trion check, Auber check, Station Street check, Riverside, check. Old Town, check. Chardin!
Heading to the objective.
We will go check out the police! We love the police. Not really, but like, maybe. Ah, fiasco at the Chardin. Happened right under our nose? With this many people about, we can't definitely say which one of these individuals were suspicious. No, that excuse won't cut it. This is on me for not paying better attention. Yeah, while that stuff was going on, Blue Blanc swooped in and actually stole all the shit.
What do we have here?
Work of one of the artists, Kisara Christie, and our 3 up-and-coming art exhibitions has been vandalized. What the fuck? We'd like to figure out who is responsible for this deplorable act. We need this matter to be handled discreetly. I bet she vandalized it. I'm making my prediction. Locking it in. She vandalized her own art because she feels embarrassed by it and she doesn't feel like it's living up to her full potential, even though it definitely clears the other 2 people. Except for Bugs Bunny smoking weed. Or the Zemurian equivalent. This is the one on me for not paying better attention. I'll get right this wrong or redeem myself.
Star Taker succeeds. The Republic is
What? I don't know if me and high-end clubs really go together. Oh, not biting. What a letdown. And here I was all ready to give you some of our extra special service. Extra special service? Could you be more specific? Do they do free samples at these type of establishments? Not that I'm against the idea. You could spend this as just part of the Edith tourist experience. Oh wait, the guidebook said to steer clear of the Chardin District solicitors for a reason. Do I stay or do I dare? My head is swimming! I know for a fact that I can get any of our male clientele eating right out of my hand. Still, I only call it the guys with loose-looking purse strings. Efficient and streamlined is the mellowy MO. You won't get that from a certain stuck-up witch who'll smooth your thing with a pulse. It's like to have some shame, right?
Well,
Lunch was total torture, but at least got to take Momoka down a few pegs. Seriously though, how is that she and I always end up running into each other? We like the same stores, take our breaks at the same time. Ugh, it's like having a rash that keeps going back. Wom, wom, wom.
Chardin District's back out.
Yeah, the back alley is where the real action happens. Oi, mister! You and your pals playing the stock market? Not you oughta go while the going's still good. They started tax exemptions on it, don't you know? I hear loads about investing. Believe me when I say shares in the space industry right now on the brink of blasting off. So if you want to loads up, now's the time. I'll even throw some inside info for a small fee. Space stocks is set to blast off starting next week. I even bought a barrel for myself, I did. Hee hee hee. If you want in, then grease the wheels with a little donation. Oh man, that's definitely... I feel like that's a rug pull in the making. Now, in the long term, the stock will probably bounce back, but it's gonna be. I think we might be making some bag holders if you're investing in the space stocks the day before the space launch. Closed temporarily. Closed temporarily. Seems to be related to the 4SVG we saw earlier. But you can take it on van. Absolutely. I'm pretty curious about it. Let's talk to him now. Are you the spriggan I keep hearing about? Thank you for coming all this way. No worries, it's all part of the job. More importantly, it seems like you've got something big going down. Well, yeah. We're putting on a 3-person exhibit to get people excited about the future of contemporary art. Perhaps it'd be easier to show you what's going on. Did they at least vandalize the bad one? No offense. That didn't even really make it any better, but I thought it might be like an artistic vandalization as well, but that's just... I mean, the cat one's fine. I got no beef with the cat one. My goodness. awful, isn't it? As long as the paper airplane one's actually kind of cool. I like it. Here's what the original picture looked like for reference. I've been here 8 times. Alright, does do graffiti. I can see how someone would think this is intentional if they haven't seen the original. Still, the area that's been painted over is too big. Nothing but a desecration of the artist's work. Hey, look. At least she recognizes the paper airplane one's pretty good. When did you first notice? It was being displayed to the general public as usual this morning. Yeah, I saw it too. There weren't any issues I was aware of. As it happens, we had maintenance scheduled to be done in the exhibition hall at noon today. We closed temporarily exactly 12 o'clock. I call it maintenance, but it was mostly just adjusting the lighting. We leave it to the artists themselves to handle who comes and goes during that time. How was it this occurred? An incident during maintenance, huh? Well, who's the one who found it first? That would be Angie. One of Kasara's friends from school. She was going in and out of the exhibition hall, helping Kisara. I thought you invoked she who would not be named for a second. I just got a little lingering PTSD. Apparently, she had seen it when she had come back from the restroom. Nobody else was there at the time. There was a window when it was unattended? Yes, that's right. Angie actually shrieked as she saw it. She was so startled. I came running, as did other members of the staff. That was around 12:50 p.m. Let's see. For the purpose of someone involved in the exhibit. Based on what we've heard, it doesn't seem possible for an outsider to be the culprit. It's looking like I'm right. Could also be one of the other people just don't think she's up to the artistic standards and they want to deface it, but I feel like they'd be the type to understand the graffiti stuff. I feel like it's more likely she's got a bit of like inferiority complex, since all of her NPC dialogues have been kind of implying she's discontented. I'm glad you're quick to understand. Kisara, the victim of the situation, went as far as to say the piece had become charming in its own way. He even claimed we didn't need to look for the culprit, but as the person in charge of this exhibition, I can't ignore what happened. That seems to be another point in my favor. Suppose that's true. Yes, and we can't down the possibility of this occurring a second time. That said, I don't really want to make this into a major incident either. Like Kisara recommended I reach out to the spriggan for help. Well, maybe that's a point against my favor. Because she should know that we'd figure out the true culprit. One question answered. So, do you mind if everyone involved sticks around? Not at all. I've already made the call to have everyone remain here. I left in shock, as you might expect. But if need be, I'm sure she'd be willing to answer your questions. See, then it seems everything is in place for us to make a deduction. Now I get the picture now. For the record, I was working on the second floor at midday. But I have no knowledge about who came or went from the exhibition hall. My alibi shouldn't have any issues, so I'd appreciate if you didn't count me among your suspects. Alright, most suspicious thing anyone's ever said? Confident, aren't you? You don't seem to be lying to me, right? Why don't we start by having a brief chat with the other people involved?
You have my support, Mr. Arkwright.
Yes, Mr. Arkwright. Have everybody involved with the event remain here. The investigation is yours to conduct. Please find the culprit for us. Okay, so you're the scrap guy. You guys are the fixers then, huh? Appreciate the help. Let me start by saving you some time. I didn't do it. You got proof? There was simply never a time when I was alone. Raymond asked me for help, so I was working with him the whole time. Really? We better check with Raymond too to see if his story tracks. For reference, may I ask what kind of work you were doing here? Sure, the appearance of rust is crucial to these pieces, but it can change bit by bit. So I regularly check the color and adjust the balance accordingly. What do you got, like you carry a pocket full of rust? I see, the appearance. Anyway, I get you're particular about this. But tell me, what do you think of Kasara's art? Well, the three of us exhibiting, her work seems to be getting the most attention. For that alone, I got no choice but to be conscious of it. That I would never do anything to defile another person's art. Is that right? I understand. I mostly buy the idea that they wouldn't, well, I mean, I could see a way of presenting it of like, oh, the artists are, you know, mad that she's getting so much attention because they consider it lesser, but I feel like artists are going to be the type to be more understanding, right? Especially kind of avant-garde artists like these. But, Rosette, you probably took mental pictures of what these things looked like earlier. Or is the rest the same? I always think of myself as an artistic be-all and end-all when creating my pieces. So sure, if somebody else's work got more acclaim instead, it's that sort of thing I can ignore. But still, not even I would go so far as to vandalize somebody else's work. Alright, let's get a vibe for you. Ah, you see the ones investigating the incident. I'll answer any questions I can. Fire away. Alright then, let's start with your alibi. Huh. I don't exactly remember when I was in the exhibition room, but it shouldn't be too hard to prove, old chap. I was at the Shanty the entire time. He's the one who works as the curator, right? We'll only confirm this with her later. By the way, what were you doing in the exhibition room? I was adjusting the lights that illuminate the art. Although it's indoors, the lighting still changes between morning and afternoon. I'm mindful of how the shadows fall. It may not sound like much, but the work I do is vital. Sounds like there's a lot to think about behind the scenes. Wow, this has been informative. Last question. May I ask what you think of Kisara? Well, she's the youngest of the three of us. But plainly, I think she's more passionate than either Felix or myself. That's exactly why I can't afford to let her outdo me. We may work in different mediums, but she ignites my fighting spirit. That makes sense. I mean, I generally agree with the vibe there. That's what I would... That confirms my biases. Which normally is a bad thing, but my biases are always correct. Because I'm never wrong. Except for when I am on purpose as a joke. Just to make myself seem a little less perfect. I just don't understand how things came to this. Worst comes to worst, our 3 artist exhibition may end up cancelled entirely. Raymond? I kind of think you're a little evil. Where you fucking double dog down Jess like that. I'm accusing you. I haven't seen you since yesterday, Raymond. Mind if we ask you some questions? I'm not saying you had to fuck him, but you couldn't ghost him like that. It's fucked up. Yes, of course. But to be honest, I don't know much. I was busy helping Felix at midday after all. We were together the whole time. Alright. That matches what we heard before. Maybe you were in cahoots. In that case, it seems less likely, or seems likely they're both innocent. Well, they're both lying. I take it you don't know much about what was happening around you then. Yes, I'm sorry to say. Truly, all I know is that Felix is innocent. Alright, that's all our questions answered.
Care to buy a museum souvenir? Come again.
Better start bribing me or else I'm accusing you. I will accuse you. Only thing I know is for sure is that Felix is innocent. You're a little... Well, there's also you. You could be... Well, it doesn't make sense for the curator to vandalize the art. I mean, it really is seeming like it has to be Kisara who did it. Because the only thing the only factor against her is why would she hire us? Because she should know that we would figure it out because we're the greatest. You're the curator here, right? Think you could tell us what you know? Well, I was helping Mehmet at noon today. We got lunch together after that, so I can at least prove his alibi. Well, what if we didn't know he had an alibi? That matches the testimony we heard from him. Doesn't mean to leave much room for doubt. See, this one we should have lied and been like, oh, he actually told us he did something different. As far as others go, I honestly have no idea. I'm finding this whole thing hard to swallow. You have my sympathies. Anyway, thanks for your testimony. How did it end up like this? Hindsight's 2020, but even so, I should have been paying closer attention. Angie, so you're the odd woman out. Oh, it's you guys. Kisara's always talking about you. We work out of Old Town. You might say we got a bit of a connection to Kisara. I'm sure what happened here must be quite a shock. Though it might be difficult for you, would you mind cooperating with us so we can find the culprit? Alright, but I don't know if I'll be of any help. You were with Kisara at the time, right? Right, she wanted me to help her reposition her painting. Got here around 12:30. It seemed like everyone had already finished by then, but that's when we got to work. So you two were the last ones there. Work itself didn't take more than 10 minutes. Kisara said she wanted to use the restroom, so I went with her. I finished first, so I went back to the exhibition hall before she did. And that's when you saw the painting like that. I was really surprised. I even shrieked. Suspiciously. You suspiciously shrieked. And that's when everyone else came running. Did Kisara lag behind the others? Yeah, she was the last to arrive. Now, did you actually see her in the bathroom, or... I tried to talk to her, but she just left the art gallery. Understand. That's all we need for now. Thank you so much, Angie. Don't mention it. Seems like we learned all we can out of these people. Yes, you're right. Got enough to make a tentative inference, but... Well, news dawdling around. Let's give a report for now. Okay, Kisara, how did it turn out like this? I mean, she's the only one with any suspicion, but I don't really think she would do it. Because they actually do seem like real friends. Everyone else pretty much clears each other. They'd have to be in cahoots. But the problem is, I don't think either the artist did it. And since I think they're clean, then that means you two must be clean. It means Kisara has to have done it. Or maybe you did it. How'd it go? You determined the culprit? Yeah, because you're actually the only one that I guess makes. Because I don't even... What was your alibi? Decent bit back. It was before we talked to Felix. I was working on the second floor. I have no knowledge. Alibi shouldn't have any issues. Your alibi is you don't have one. So yeah. It's either Kisara or the event planner. I think we're on the cusp. You mind gathering everyone here? Oh, we get to be like Detective Scaro. Seems like you found the truth. I'm nervous for some reason. Hold nothing back. Tell us, who is the culprit? Oh, I'll tell you, alright. We don't have conclusive evidence yet, but... someone else. The culprit's someone who isn't here. Or maybe it's the event planner. Huh? Oh. No way. That's right. I guess we'll say they are going the Kisara angle. Let me speak bluntly. It was Angie, wasn't it? Hold on, you guys decide that on your own? It's true that according to our investigation, Angie was the only one without an alibi. We learned there was one other person without an alibi. Okay, so we were just tricking him. Okay. Right? Couldn't be? Maybe. Because, I mean, if Angie... I mean, Kisara does have a slight alibi. It's that they were in the bathroom together. But there was a part where they were... separated. Are you guys still stuck there? Found Kisara, but then I lost sight of her again. Curtis. He's been pursuing Kisara, huh? What in the world? Leave the talk for later. We're going after them. Okay. I thought maybe it would be the event planner, because his alibi thing seemed so fishy, but my first instinct was right. Dan and Curtis exchanged information and decided to meet up in Riverside. Whenever I spot Kisara, she gets away again. I'm not sure, but I think she's still nearby. I think it's most efficient if we split into 2 groups and did a shot search. I'll take the far side of the bridge, so you two take this one. Got it. How about a shot search? My side of the bridge doesn't have shit! Other than frame drops.
Performing shard search.
Well,
I'll give this a try.
I'll do some fishing. This way we don't let her know that we know she's right there. We lure her into a false sense of security. Yeah.
This one's rather big, isn't it?
Yup. Holy.
There appear to be fish here.
Finally found you, Kisar. Well done, Spriggan. You enjoy getting to play detective? You really do it yourself, Kisar? That's why you came here, isn't it? Because you thought so? Well, it's true. Are you freaking kidding me? I only caught up to you. You didn't even deface the one that was definitely the worst? Perfect timing. I wanted you to hear this too. What do you think I am? Huh? Zara? So just half a year ago I was nobody. Thrown on the road, or less than that. I was gutter trash. But I made all kinds of connections. Before I knew it, the tide was carrying me along. You know how the world thinks of me as some sort of genius young artist? What's wrong with that? If anything, it's a blessing. I thought so too, at first. It was all make-believe. What people want, what the world wants isn't me. They want my title. That's not true. Every person exhibit is proof. Put bluntly, my work makes even garbage like fine art in comparison. The piece I made in Messeldon was nothing short of atrocious, if I do say so myself. But the graffiti I created after losing my mom, after abandoning Northumbria where I was born, it had soul, the rebellious spirit that boiled in the pit of my stomach. Definitely left an impact. But now I'm spoiled by the people around me. Even if part of me feels that's not such a bad thing, there's no way graffiti painted in these conditions could have any kind of soul. And nobody realizes it. Nobody points it out. They don't say it's a work of a genius. It has to be good. In the end, no one understands the real me. And the truth comes to light. That's why I painted over that trash. Looking at it was unbearable. The only reason I didn't come forward about it immediately was because the event planner's reaction was funny. He was so obsessed with the young genius that he never suspected me from the start. What a joke. I understand your feelings, really, but they've become twisted. Oh, Angel's about to slap. This is the real me. If you can't handle it, then too bad. But boy, should have felt a lot better now. I think they'll expel me from RMS, but they'll even stop calling me a genius. Fine with me, but nothing but trash from the get-go. Sorry, you... Grow up! Angie? Oh shit, she's called. Fuck, she's about to swing. I don't know but stand by while you got this crap out of your system. Sure, maybe this dark, brooding, tough-talking Kisara is the real you. The bright, pure-hearted, honest Kisara is real too. I want you to deny it. I've got something to say too. You were raging about the people around you don't understand you? Everyone has prejudices. Everyone has their own point of view in the world. The name recognition is just as much of a legitimate basis of appraisal. I think the fact that you can't even understand that makes you the one who's self-important, don't you? Ooh, those are harsh words. But they are to the point. Why don't you just cut this all out? What? I'm sure you think you're in too deep after all that tough talk. But you thought the same things your friends are saying too, right? It's true. Maybe right now I'm just a brat throwing a tantrum. Too late to erase what I've done. I mean, not really. Did you really think that far ahead? What difference does that make? Just paint over it. That's definitely something you can do in graffiti. I've already lost sight of how I feel. What should we suggest Kisara do? Obviously both, that's what the fucking cat's already about. It's about there's two cats inside of you and they both say meow. Not to steal someone else's analogy, but why not follow up with both ends of the emotional spectrum? On one side, you're dark, boiling, brooding towards the people who don't see below the surface. On the other side, the bright, pure-hearted gratitude you have for your current environment and situation. I'm saying you should take all those things together and express them in your graffiti. With my dark and bright sides, huh? It makes sense. We're gonna express those things honestly now. After being persuaded, Kisara returned to the Museum of Modern and Contemporary Art to confess to her crime. I mean, in the world of art, it doesn't really seem that weird. I mean, I get that she's, you know, a kid, but... in all honesty, they'd probably like fucking be losing their shit over the idea that the artist thought their thing was trash and painted over it. The approval of the necessary people, she transformed the work she had defiled into a new piece of art. It's done. I hate to say it, but this really is amazing. Paper airplane does clear, though. Just what I expect from Kisara. It really draws you in. That's probably because we know what went into it. Indeed, there's a passion that the original could not match. I'm ashamed of my own thoughtlessness now that I've heard the story. It truly is a splendid piece. My dark and bright sides mixed together. No, you shouldn't be like it's trash. That's what she wants to hear. I never attempted something like this before, but I feel like I did them justice. Yeah, your spirit really shows through in this work. I bet the exhibit will become even more lively as a result. Yeah, the sudden new addition is going to be really get people talking too. That's true. In any case, that settles that.
All in a day's work.
That's a good one. That's a pretty good one.
Mira deposit confirmed.
I like to kind of, you know, chat about, maybe not necessarily imposter syndrome, but, like that idea of, you know, having a different evaluation of your own work. Or like that feeling that like you can't fail, like it's actually like the opposite of imposter syndrome. It's like she feels like she's made it, and so she feels like really complacent, and like no matter what she puts out, people are gonna say it's great. I think that's kind of an interesting theme to at least hint at. Here's a question. Our save's too far back. I was gonna say, I wonder if the art changes if you pick something different, but well, what about do we have an autosave? The 6956. That's like just from 2 seconds ago. This is before we took the quest. All right, I'll check one. Okay, never mind. This is us turning in. I thought we were going to have to do all the talking again, but... just out of curiosity. Dark side. Evil cat. Holy. Okay, I like that one way more. I hate to say it, this really is amazing. What did I expect from Kisara? It really draws you in. Dark brooding feelings haven't changed much. I guess I succeeded expressing them in a new way.
That takes care of that.
Okay, we'll check out the other
Mira
one then.
deposit confirmed.
Alright, dark one kind of clears. To the point that, like, you know, I'd rather keep that one. Somebody else. Right side.
Well done, everyone. Reward deposit.
Oh wait, I skipped too far. Well, as long as they get to see the picture, that's the main thing. There's only like a couple of the lines are actually different. I kind of like that one. Okay, we definitely picked the worst option. It's dark side, light side, both sides. Those are the official rankings. The official unbiased 100% correct rankings. Thanks to this little incident, Kisara Christie's work will probably garner even more recognition now. To tell you the truth, it's got me seething, but my next piece will just be leaving her in the backseat instead. Let's just see if it doesn't... I don't care about your scrap. There's no denying that I placed the brunt of the focus on the creators opposed to their pieces. I hope we can all treat this as a lesson learned and apply it going forward. But Kisara to face her own work. Honestly, I'm dumbfounded. But even still, this piece gives off an aura like no other. It's really stoking my competitive spirit. I really owe Angie and Curtis an apology. Same goes for you guys. Thanks for everything today. That was a whole lot to take in, but you know, I feel closer to Kisara because of it. Repaint a piece, a novel idea to be sure. Even I find myself newly inspired by it. Ingenuities like these are exactly what make contemporary art so enthralling. But what we should have been changing this shit, gonna be honest. Gotta hand it to you, Spriggan. You really know how to solve things from the outside of the box. I don't know what Kisara's been struggling with, though. They might come from totally different backgrounds, but something about them really hit home for me. We plan to reopen for the day once everything's set up again. The only question is, how will the visitors react to Kisara's born again piece? I'm having fun just imagining it. Yeah, I do also like the way they, you know, to touch back on the quest. I'm kind of glad that it wasn't just the, oh, I feel my work is, like, not up to standard of everyone else's, like, it doesn't belong here. Because it was still an element of, like, self-loathing towards the work, but it was more like, I hate being praised for something I think is trash. Like, I feel like I'm not, you know, living up to my potential. An acquaintance of mine here is in the capital, so I came up top to visit him just now. What do I find on my way back with this intriguing little aftermath? May as well see this graffiti artist's work, if it's all it's cracked up to be, once they finish setting up anyway. Look at you strolling up like it's no big deal. Wasn't aware you had an appreciation for art. That's a little surprising. Oh please, just a minor work-related association. Former patient of mine's what the discerning would call a virtuoso in the field. Who do you think she means? Sounds like a long story, but honestly, I'd rather not dig into it.
Alrighty.
I mean, there is the Back Alley Doctor novel. I thought the Back Alley Doctor was a dude, but novels are not always 100% one-to-one. Even though generally they're always, you know, proven to be semi-autobiographical. But I do remember that it's, you know, the person's like a... Like the kid that's turned into Crystal is like a violinist or a pianist or something. Something music related. But I don't remember the specifics. Work brings you over from time to time. It looks like I've stumbled on something especially interesting this time around. Because I have kind of wondered that, but I never really... it was never more of a hint than other than just her being a back alley doctor. At least that I picked up on. All my fellow scalpers from way back when sank down deep in the Blacklight District. Now my competition are robots. It fucking sucks. Hell, I'm going to that maggot-infested dump. Nothing but a load of scumbags in bed with each other. I did make my way there once in my younger days, so I only lose the shirt off my back and the skin off my bones. Their illegal gambling racket. Yeah, bet they're still cackling their asses on me this very second. Never again. I'm a Lone Ranger for life now.
Tifa,
D phones.
Connect with the universe.
Mew. Holy, that's a fucking money-making racket right there. You gotta give coins to the kitty cat. Going home's not an option for me. Gonna make a living off my music or bust. Problem is, the money's not exactly rolling in yet. Gotta sharpen up my technique. There was this old lady stopped by earlier, though. Real lofty, larger-than-life type. You should try your hand at a ballad, she said. Singing's not really my speed, but guess it wouldn't hurt to experiment. Guessing that's the grandmother. This kitten sure seemed to take a liking to me. Well, whatever. It's just because I'm on her turf, probably. She'll get bored and leave eventually. Aw, man. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, no, you're Hepburn. I was thinking you were the other noble couple. Olivia and what's his name? I was like, they don't argue. Hiking with the bid just to spite me, you despicable mirror-hungry cad, you. Beg pardon? And just who, pray tell, is to blame for all these unceremonious stabs to my wallet? Sir, ma'am, please, the auction has ended. Now, while it pains me greatly to bring this up, would you happen to have the money to cover the items you successfully bid on? As the both of you each have extensive histories of being in arrears, I'm afraid that an extended deadline will be out of the question. Should payment remain unrendered by the end of the week, your winning bids will be voided along with your memberships. Yeah, I was kind of wondering if there was any other punishment. Next week? My membership voided? You mean to say I'd be barred from participating? Not at all. Whatever will I do? The final sum exceeds my budget. I can't possibly scrounge up that much on a short notice. And someone who shall remain unnamed has forced me significantly over my budget. I couldn't possibly match the payments on such short notice. Perhaps I could retract a few winning bids. Oh, even then, there's no guarantee of making the cutoff in time. Somebody must procure the mirror. I could offer you a loan at a modest 27% interest. Whatever shall I do? They always deferred my payments thus far. Losing the bid on the paired arm is worse than that blasted Lord Cromwell is maddening already. And now they have me forfeit my rightful winnings too? Is there truly no salvaging this? By God, sometimes I wish I was just poor and I wouldn't have these immense problems. It was brought to my attention while conferring my superiors regarding that subliminal video. Apparently there's a small percentage of our theater patients that we were unable to reach. Rather concerning. Can only hope nothing is amiss with them. Oh, they're fucked. What about your normal dialogue? Lost forever. Like them people.
No sense going this way.
Hey, they fucking hate me. Alright. Alright, if you hate me, say it with your chest. Say it with your chest. We will finish these up, and then what? Next time, it's just our plot talk and connection events?
I hope we can get our hands on some tickets for Chardin.
Seems like I got ceremonies to attend left and right over the weekend. Always just calls for a new suit. As I'll say hi to a familiar face to while it's getting tailored. Charles Porto, the manager at Saint Germain, for instance, he and I are well acquainted. And at that point, a teensy little cabaret club detour to the side wouldn't make much difference, would it? Please, Mr. Huckberry, consider your position, not to mention your schedule's already jam-packed. Well, that's no fun. When you wonder why I hate my job. Oh yeah, Cassar's artwork's on display at the museum right now, isn't it? Hope the car's in time out to go see it, but it seems it's not on the card till next week. Well, you know, at least it'll be good when you get there. Take a sip of the sauce.
A cinematic masterpiece takes the stage.
Is that D. Walter Huckberry? He's the only most quintessential investor in all of Calvert. He doesn't invent anything but money. Should I trouble him for a word or two? He has predictions on the continental economy, perhaps, and his insider business tips, and they make for quite the shallow impression, though, wouldn't it? And yet this opportunity is once in a lifetime. I managed to win the lots I was set on, but my word, the other auction was like no other I've ever attended. There wasn't even a shred of decency to be found in that so-called phantom thief. Why is that as you were a counterfeit of the very concept? Suppose it doesn't warrant any profound rumination, though. Now I'm gonna have my next business negotiation to head for. Seems like I grab a spot of lunch someplace. Nothing to say? Judy Judith? Here in the Chardin District, they do interviews for jobs. My spirit's this close to breaking. But there are plenty of places that pay well. I just need to put in the effort to win them over. And yet, my unconscious mind keeps compelling me to look for that mysterious creature instead. Oh, bad Susan. Concentrate. At this rate, you could still get a hiring offer straight out and still flub it. Mysterious creature looked straight out of a dream. It was so adorable, my exhaustion melted right away out of me, along with my heart. I was probably just hallucinating, though. All that matters for now is focusing on the job interviews. You're actually supporting the hellish industry of child exploitation. Hey there, boys! Step right in and play your little hearts out. Wow, wait, discrimination? What, women can't want to play their hearts out? I still can't get over me running into Melody on my lunch break. She kept droning on about the big spender she pulled in earlier, the cute guy she saw this morning or whatever. It's like, have some class, right? Not that I plan on taking it lying down. Next time I'll leave her sobbing eyeliner down to her cheeks. Gotta holler those customers inside to play their pay away. You better wipe that painted face clean before I make her cry it off. Put it all on number 9. Lucky number 9. I'm also this casino's pit boss, believe it or not. Training new hires is part of my duties, and this one girl, Momoka, well, she worries me a little. I appreciate the energy, but she can be a bit childish in the way she irks out patrons from time to time. It's hard to fault a passionate work ethic. I had my own share of bumps in the road back in my younger days, so I'll turn a blind eye here and there. Maybe this calls for some more direct guidance.
Want to exchange your tokens for prizes?
Got no tokens. Oh, maybe just a little. Maybe just a few tokens. Maybe just a few tokens.
Thank you very much.
I only need 1 token to win it all. Heard about the commotion over at the Chardin. Troublemakers come in all forms by the sound of it. I only know the inside story secondhand, but still, can't we ever stay out of troubled waters? Something doesn't sit right about last year's missing persons casings either. Don't go sticking your necks out too far, got it? Sure thing, old-timer. Provided you pass along anything else you learn. Alright. May as well kiss peace and quiet goodbye here and now. Romani's number should have a beat on this sitch. Chances are some nasty work behind it all. Just what we needed, said no manager ever. Suppose I ought to give my staff a heads up too.
Take your time.
Am I playing it too fast and loose?
3B game?
Let the games begin.
3B game? There aren't any tokens?
Come back in.
You're just scared I'm gonna beat you, that's why. Like, oh no, I don't want to lose again. My credibility as a dealer is gonna go down if I let you play. I understand. I don't know who you two are.
Now where?
Extravagance isn't something we often engage in. It's been a long time since someone just shared a drink at a counter like this. Wait, you vaguely seem familiar. I think we talked to you earlier, but... Seeing my wife such a grand time calls to mind our honeymoon, somewhat. Little excursions such as these make for a pleasant departure, I suppose. I mean, because you guys were like here earlier. Like, oh, we're gambling. We're a rambling gambling duo. Wife doesn't know how to gamble. I was exhilarating game of poker earlier. Even now, my heart is still pounding. Granted, the dealer was kind enough to adjust her to a player's skill level, but still in all, trying to read your opponent's hand makes it such fierce competition. What fun this casino is. Couldn't be more grateful to have my husband escort me these past few days. Holy fucking shit, I gotta keep shaking this, man. Good God, my arms are killing me. I didn't actually talk to you guys. Truth is, used to be an illegal immigrant, nothing more than a drifter in the Central East. But luck took pity and introduced me to Dingo, who then referred me to a job here. To this day, everything I do and have in life is thanks to him. Only I could have finished repaying him before. Wow, it still haunts me every now and again. Speaking of dingoes, little protege dropped by here not too long ago. You came to get my advice for heading off to cover the same stories and some stories in Tharbad. Wonder what that's going for. Can't say I have much faith though. That girl lands right in the intersection of klutz and dits. Alright. A little insulting. I have you know she's one of the many goats. That woman earlier, Cecilia as I recall, with her level of skill you never guessed she was a beginner. Perhaps it's the inexperience that makes her playstyle so elegant in simplicity, though having a natural gift for the game is certainly no detriment. I haven't had such low-stakes fun in some time. It's a different kind of thrill, but not at all disagreeable. You want to have some low-stakes fun? Just let me try. Just let me try. I don't even care about the tokens. I just want the 7 stars.
Come play again.
I gotta get the star pieces so I can duel Pegasus, man. It's really important. Fine. I'll just go run into traffic then. Let's double check that we're done everywhere.
Let's get going.
Never mind. We will infinitely load. I know we did Trion, Auber's Goods, Station.
Well then, shall we?
I'm just kind of seeing if anybody's updated since we've done like a bunch of side quests since then. Looks like the answer's no.
Off we go.
Help! I don't know where I am. 22 spriggan points?
That's how it goes.
22 spriggan points? No, fuck me, alright. They hate me, they don't want you to win.
Those swallows look like they'll be leaving the nest soon.
In the end, the most important thing is that they're thriving. Oh, she's gone, never to be seen again. That's just strange, and I feel like they've cheered me up too.
Now quit dawdling and buy something. Stop by again, I guess.
Alright, so we'll call it here. Next time we will do our connection events. And do just a tiny wafer thin. Wafer thin amount of plot. I'm Extra Cheesy 87, sending you for the next part. And bye guys.